the power of observation. That's what we find in the teaching today. Mark chapter 12, as we come to the end of this chapter, Jesus is there at the treasury, and he's just watching and observing. And he talks about, he sees these people come in that have riches, and it's written all over them. And they come and they bring offerings, which I'm sure are a blessing to the ministry, but yet it didn't really affect them. And you say, well, why did they even do it? And we don't really know. But the question that I brought forth yesterday was that, do we love the ministry? And do we love the gospel to the point to where we would be willing to sacrifice to give that the gospel would go forth? Well, here's the thing. He sees a little woman, and she comes in, and she gives, he says, of her penury, of her poverty. And she gives all that she has. In other words, she's going beyond just say, well, I'm just gonna give a little so that I can appease my conscience, or for whatever reason people do what they do. It was beyond, to the point of sacrifice, bringing to us the very clear definition of putting our trust in God to meet our every need. And so, as Jesus used this as a teaching point about sacrificial giving and a lesson in faith, believing that God will return that which we have given to the point to where he will sustain us, these are all wonderful teachings and concepts that are brought to us through the pages of God's Word. But I think it even goes even farther than that. And I think it has to do with the calling in all of our lives that has to do with the very testimony of our heart, mind, and soul of what God has birthed in our spirit that he would have us to be involved in for kingdom work. You see, here's the thing. It's a shame to me when you see a ministry, first of all, if it's not focused, or if it's not able to accomplish its goals because of the lack of substance. And there are people who have the ability to give, to cause that mission to go forth, but choose not to. You see, the expansion of the borders of God's kingdom should be top priority in the life of each individual, in the life of the church, and in the life of the kingdom. Because Jesus has called us to go and to proclaim the gospel to the world. This is Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.